Police say a rapper's shooting death may have been self-defense. Friday night, police found Tevin Hood shot at a home on Lee Road near Snellville.
Y'all nigga be waking up broke, can't eat breakfast, then take a nap. How the hell you do that? If I wake up and I'm broke and I...
It was a quiet night in Snellville, Georgia, until gunshots shattered the silence. A rising Atlanta rapper known as T-Hood, whose real name was Tevin Hood, lay bleeding on the floor of his own home. Within minutes, the news started to spread across social media. T-Hood has been shot. But what really happened that night? Who pulled the trigger? And how did a love story between a rapper and a reality TV star's daughter spiral into tragedy? Before we dive deep into this case, take a second to like this video, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you never miss another true crime breakdown here on Shadow Crime, where we uncover the truth behind the headlines. Now let's talk about T-Hood. Born and raised in Atlanta, he wasn't just another rapper trying to make it out. He'd been grinding for years, dropping singles like Percolator and Ready to Go, building a loyal fan base who loved his raw, street-inspired sound. He was proud of his city, proud of his hustle, and for many people, he was finally on the verge of something big. But success doesn't always protect you from pain. Behind the fame, T-Hood's life was complicated, especially when it came to love. He was in a relationship with Kelsie Frost, the daughter of Kirk and Rasheeda Frost from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Their romance wasn't exactly picture perfect. It was passionate, but also turbulent. Social media had seen glimpses of their ups and downs, posts, cryptic captions, and rumors that the couple fought often. Some people close to them described their relationship as toxic love. Others said they just loved hard. But no one could have imagined how bad things would get. According to reports, things took a dark turn on August 8th, 2025. Police were called to T-Hood's home in Snellville after neighbors reported a loud argument and the sound of gunfire. When officers arrived, they found T-Hood with multiple gunshot wounds. He was rushed to the hospital, but didn't make it. The shooter, according to police, was Kai Frost, Kelsie's brother. Yes, the same Kai Frost whose parents, Kirk and Rasheeda, are well-known reality TV stars. Kai stayed at the scene and cooperated with police. From the start, the official story was that it might have been self-defense. But T-Hood's family, friends, and fans weren't buying that explanation. Let's rewind for a moment. Earlier in the year, there had been signs of trouble. Videos surfaced online showing T-Hood in heated moments with Kelsie, footage that many claimed showed him being aggressive. There were rumors of domestic issues, even accusations of violence. Kelsie reportedly had bruises, and some said she once called the police on him. Whether those claims were true or exaggerated is still debated, but they became a key part of how this story was later framed. That night in August, police say there was a domestic dispute. T-Hood and Kelsie were allegedly arguing. Reports say Kai came to the house, possibly protect his sister. What happened next depends on who you ask. Police say T-Hood pulled a gun first, and Kai shot back in self-defense. But T-Hood's autopsy told another story. He was hit 6 times, including shots to the back, buttocks, abdomen, and thighs. 6 shots. 1 in the back, another in the stomach. That doesn't sound like a struggle that got out of hand. It sounds like rage or fear or something more deliberate. And that's what made this case explode online. How do you call it self-defense when someone shot in the back? Was T-Hood trying to walk away when those shots rang out? Or was he really armed and dangerous in that moment? The truth is, the line between victim and aggressor started to blur. People took sides, some defending Kai, saying he was just protecting his sister. Others saying T-Hood was executed unfairly. And in the middle of it all stood Kelsie Frost, grieving yet forced to defend herself publicly, insisting she had nothing to do with the shooting.
Morning, there is new information coming out surrounding the shooting death of Atlanta rapper T-Hood, and it involves the son of Love and Hip Hop stars Rasheeda and Kirk Frost. 11 Live Stephanie Chaynock in the newsroom for us. Steph, police have named the reality star's son here on this police report.
That's right, Aisha. Still a lot of questions in this shooting. We do know the home where Friday's deadly shooting of 33-year-old rapper Tevin Hood took place. It does list the daughter of reality stars Kirk and Rasheeda Frost, Kelsie Frost, as a resident resident there. According to social media posts, she and the rapper seem to have been in a relationship, but now the couple's son, Kai Frost, named as a suspect in the rapper's shooting death. If you watch Love and Hip Hop, the reality TV show, then you are familiar with the Frost family. Police naming Kelsie's younger brother, 24-year-old Kai Frost, as a suspect.
Now, think about this for a second. How do we ever really know what happens behind closed doors? Every relationship looks different from the outside, right? You see the smiles, the pictures, the matching outfits, but you don't see the fights, the jealousy, or the things said in anger. That's what makes this case so unsettling. No one really knew what was going on between T-Hood and Kelsie Frost until it was too late. As the investigation unfolded, police confirmed that Kai Frost admitted to firing the gun. He didn't try to run, didn't hide. He said he shot because he thought his sister's life was in danger. But what if there was more to it than that? What if emotions, family loyalty, and anger mixed together in the heat of the moment? That's when lines get blurred and tragedy strikes. People who knew T-Hood personally describe him as confident, sometimes even intimidating, but also kind-hearted when he wanted to be. He had a reputation for speaking his mind, and sometimes that rubbed people the wrong way. But his friends said he was trying to change, trying to move differently. They claimed he was planning to leave Atlanta for a while to focus on his music career and mental health. So, was this a man who had finally found direction, only for it all to be snatched away? Or was he still fighting old demons that eventually caught up with him? That's the part no one seems to agree on. The Frost family, already known from reality TV, found themselves thrown into a different kind of spotlight, one they never wanted. People online accused them of covering for Kentucky. Others said they were victims of online hate, forced to deal with their pain in public. Rasheeda, Kai's mother, stayed mostly silent at first, while Kirk reportedly worked behind the scenes with lawyers to protect his son. But silence only fueled speculation. And in today's world, once social media gets hold of a story, it's almost impossible to control the narrative. Meanwhile, T-Hood's fans were furious. They felt robbed. A lot of people believed his death wasn't getting the attention it deserved because of who the Frost family was. Comments flooded Instagram and Twitter, with messages demanding justice, questioning why no arrests have been made yet. And honestly, it's hard not to feel that frustration. If this were just two ordinary people with no fame or connections, would the investigation have moved faster? Would charges have been filed sooner? Or was this one of those cases where fame and influence quietly tilt the scales? Weeks after the shooting, more details started to leak. The gun used in the shooting was registered. The neighbors heard yelling before the gunfire, and one witness reportedly claimed to have heard someone shouting, "Put the gun down," just seconds before the shots. That detail became important, because it suggested a confrontation where someone, possibly T-Hood, may have been armed. But again, there was no video, no body cam footage released to the public. All we had were words, assumptions, and pain. The heartbreaking part? Kelsie's social media went dark. She disappeared from public view, posting nothing, saying nothing. And when she finally returned months later, it wasn't talk about the case. It was to post old memories of her brother and cryptic captions about healing and forgiveness. But forgiveness for who? Herself? Kai? Or maybe even for T-Hood. Every side of this story seems to carry guilt. Kai for pulling the trigger, Kelsie for feeling like she caused it, and fans for watching from afar, realizing no amount of fame or followers can protect you from tragedy when emotions explode. Now, imagine being Kai Frost for a moment. You walk into a heated argument, emotions flying everywhere. You see your sister crying, maybe scared, maybe angry. The man she loves is yelling, and suddenly you feel this rush of panic. What do? Do you walk away? Do you try to calm things down? Or do you react in the heat of the moment? That split second can change everything, and for Kai it did. Police say he fired 6 shots. Not 1, not 2, 6. Think about how fast that happens, yet how final each one is. And that's what makes this story so tragic. There's no rewind button in real life. No pause. Just the sound of gunfire and the silence that follows. In the weeks that came after, the internet did what it always does. Took sides. Some people defended Kai, saying any brother would have done the same. Others said it was excessive, that this wasn't self-defense. It was personal. Memes, podcasts, TikToks. Everyone had an opinion, but no one really had the truth. Because the only people who truly know what happened that night are the ones who were inside that house. And here's the part that stings. Before his death, T-Hood had been posting about peace, loyalty, and growth. He even shared a post saying, "Not everyone wants to see you win, but keep moving." Some say it was aimed at fake friends. Others think it reflected the tension he felt in his relationship. Either way, it's chilling when you read those words now, knowing how it all ended. The autopsy report confirmed the shots hit from different angles. That detail opened another wave of questions. Was T-Hood turning away when he was hit? Was he running, trying to defend himself? These questions made people doubt the self-defense claim even more. 6 bullets don't sound like someone defending. They sound like someone losing control. But let's be honest. Families protect their own. That's what the Frosts did. Lawyers got involved early. Statements were filtered through publicists. And any details released were carefully worded. It's a reminder that power can shape a narrative. But truth? Truth doesn't always fit neatly into a press release. T-Hood's mother broke her silence weeks later, demanding justice. She said her son wasn't perfect, but he didn't deserve to die like that. She described him as passionate, protective, and misunderstood. Her pain hit people hard. It reminded everyone that behind the hashtags and gossip was a real person, gone too soon. And then came the twist. Rumors started spreading that Kai Frost might not face serious charges because the shooting was ruled justifiable. That sent shockwaves through fans. How could a man be shot 6 times and it be called justified? People accused the system of favoritism, saying if it had been the other way around, if T-Hood had shot Kai, the story would have ended differently. It's sad how often that feeling of injustice creeps in, isn't it? You start wondering who the system really works for. You start seeing how fame, fear, and family can twist what should be simple. A man was killed, and someone needs to be held accountable. But the more you dig, the messier it gets. There's love, anger, loyalty, and regret all tangled together. It's the kind of tragedy that doesn't just end with one person's death. It leaves a scar on everyone connected to it. As the dust began to settle, the story of T-Hood's death stopped being just a headline. It became a cautionary tale about love, pride, and the choices that can change everything in seconds. People in Atlanta still talk about it. How a rising artist with dreams of fame ended up losing his life at the hands of someone connected to the person he loved most. It's almost poetic, in the saddest way possible. And you know what's even harder to accept? There's still no clear closure. Kai Frost's legal status remains uncertain. Some reports say he hasn't been charged, while others hint that the investigation is still ongoing. It's as if the case just faded into silence, buried under bigger headlines and celebrity distractions. But for the people who love T-Hood, his family, his friends, and the fans who believe in him, that silence feels like another kind of injustice. Let's be real here. We've seen this before. Cases where the truth gets lost between public image and real pain. You start to wonder if justice really depends on who you are, or who your parents are. When a regular person dies, the story disappears in a week. But when fame and connections come into play, the narrative changes. Suddenly it's not about right or wrong. It's about managing reputation. T-Hood's death shook people because it reminded us of something deeper. Behind the music, behind the fame, these are real human stories. Love can be powerful, but when love turns into conflict, it becomes dangerous. 1 minute, you're trying to protect someone you care about. The next, you're standing in front of flashing police lights, realizing your life has changed forever. Imagine how different things could have been if someone had just walked away that night. If a phone call had been made instead of a gun being pulled. If words had replaced anger. We always think we'll have another chance to make things right, but life doesn't always give second chances. And here's the part that hits hardest. T-Hood never got to finish what he started. His music, his dreams, his redemption arc, it all stopped with those 6 bullets. Whether you think Kai Frost acted out of fear or out of anger, the truth remains. 2 families were destroyed in that single moment. So now I want to ask you, what do you think really happened that night? Was it truly self-defense? Or was it something more emotional, more impulsive? Do you believe justice will ever be served? Or has the system already made up its mind? And deeper than that, how far would you go to protect someone you love, even if it meant crossing a line you could never come back from? These are questions that don't have easy answers. But that's the reality of true crime. It forces us to look at the darker sides of love, loyalty, and human emotion. Sometimes it's not about good or evil. It's about choices made in fear, regret, and pain. If this story made you think, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a deep dive like this one. This is Shadow Crime, where we don't just tell stories. We uncover the truth hiding in the shadows